Hey everybody, I realize it's been a while since I've done a tool video. I've got something new that I hadn't opened up yet. So today we're going to talk about the Bauer Dust Cyclone Separator. We'll open it up and see how it works. And before we go any further, this is not sponsored. Harbor Freight doesn't sponsor anybody. I just had seen it and I had a coupon and went and got it. I don't like to pay full price for any tool ever. All right, let's see. We got some tube. The lid that goes on the bucket. There's the cyclone piece. And some instructions. Oh yeah, there's stuff in here that might be important too. Alright, let's go ahead and get her put together. The gasket here has these little things you pop out. They're unimportant. And just make sure your holes are lined up again. And line up the holes in with the lid. Get you a bolt. A washer. And a nut. Do that 4 times. It is easier when you're not as worried about keeping stuff in frame. There you have it. You do have to provide your own bucket. Here's my bucket. It's not necessarily clean, but it doesn't have any sawdust in it, as you can see. Any bucket should do. You just snap right on. Like so. And then the last part, it says to put this side of the hose over this port right here. I'll let you watch me struggle doing that, I suppose. Might be good for a laugh or 7. Almost at it. All right, there we go. Well, if I were smart, I'd have put this on first. See if I can do it again. All right, tighten this piece down. Now this adapter here, you can't really see. It was tougher to get in this size hose than I thought it should have been. I took some sandpaper to it and eventually just got it smushed in there. So I might have to replace this hose if I ever want to just use the shop vac. But that's a different story. And then, so the hose from the vacuum goes into the top there. And that's how you are. And okay, to show how well the Cyclone is working, we're going to start out with this clean of a vacuum as we can. You can see this filter is pretty crusty. We're just going to switch that out. Get that out. There's the dust that's in here and some other stuff. We'll even wipe it out a little. All right, I think we can get a decent gauge of what's going on now. And just so you can see, no funny business, there's a brand new filter. All right, let's make some cuts. Here's the final setup. There's attached to the table saw. It goes into the Cyclone. Here's from the vacuum. And there's the vacuum. All right, made a few cuts, a few more cuts than actually we'll show in this video. Get that out of there. Let's see what's going on inside the bucket. I do hate prying open buckets. There we go. All right, that's just a few cuts on the table saw right there. All right, flip over. What's going on in the vacuum? Absolutely nothing. There's the filter. Still looking pretty good to me. I'd say the vortex works. There you go. Not a whole lot more to say on that. It did exactly what I expected it to do. That filter ought to last a real long time that way. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you next time.